What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Serious Angler podcast. And Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing is back. The boys are back. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had these four faces on the same team. And it'll be very interesting to see how long it takes before we all start debating and telling each other we're wrong. And we'll see how long it takes for Bart to say something about Minnesota anglers.
Group A, B, C, D, and E, Minnesota, Wisco connection. That's all Bart's taking. Mark it down now.
Yeah. I would just like to start by stating I still have not received my prize from Deacon.
Hey.
We are in a different season. It ended in August.
I knew this was coming.
It is February 1st.
Here's the deal. It is en route, FYI. There were some frogs that are out of stock everywhere, and they are en route. I actually got a shipment email from Tackle Warehouse yesterday for you. So
that's exciting.
But you're right.
Actually, I still haven't opened Andy's gift.
There's some good stuff
sitting in my room. I could open it live here.
There's a couple good baits in there. You're welcome.
I could open it. I do still have Bailey's bait sitting right next to my desk where it was probably the last show we did.
I haven't even touched it.
That tells you how busy I am and how I haven't been on a topwater bite.
I feel like when you're like getting a gift for somebody, like tackle wise, it's always like, all right, what's the most fun? Topwater. Everyone send him a topwater.
Maybe that's what we should like barter. It's just whoever wins gets 3 topwater baits sent to them because topwater is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really quick, I think to bring folks back up to I love his new avatar. To bring folks back up to speed is the four of us had a little competition last year with Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. And basically the winner got a bait that was over $25. So like we all sent Bart, because Bart won the group, we all sent Bart a bait. While Andy and I sent ours in time, it took Deacon a full year to send.
I did not send mine on time.
I included interest.
So you sent him a $50 bait? Is that what you're saying?
More than $25. Let's put it. It wasn't 50, but we're getting
safe.
Close to
good
that.
Safe. Yeah, but
I will say Bailey sent his immediately. Like I got it.
Bailey's on top of everything. All right, just it's not fair.
No, it's more because if I don't do it like now, then I'm going to forget and I'll end up like Deacon and send it a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we're going to be doing something similar to that. And we'll get into everything here in a second. But tonight we're going to be previewing the season. We are not going to go do a rundown of every single event. Tonight is more kind of introduce what we're going to be doing with this live show, the stuff we're going to be giving away, and then kind of when these shows are going to be, because we're not going to go through each event because that's what each individual live show coming up throughout the season is going to be for. But we are going to have some AOY predictions, maybe some hot takes, and y'all are going to have.
I've done zero preparation.
Same.
Yeah, I haven't thought about an AOY actually. I've been too busy too. I just hopped.
You said AOY prediction, and I was like, "When's the first event?"
8 days, bud. 8 days.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's like 26 inches of ice on some of our lakes right now.
Oh boy.
You don't need to decide, Bart. We all know who your AOY pick's going to be.
Yeah. It's going to be Fighter every year.
No, it won't. Picked it last year.
All right. To lay it out for folks, moving forward, starting actually this Thursday evening, is a week before day one of each event. So the Thursday, like literally a week prior, the Thursday leading up to that event, we're going to go live and have our preview show for that event. So, for example, next week is going to the St. Johns River, starting the season, kicking off 2022, and we're going to have our St. Johns River preview show Thursday night. So that way it's consistent. You guys can all join in. You know exactly when it's going to be. It's going to be a week before day one on Thursday nights. So you guys can come join in for that. That being said as well, every show, including tonight, so get your comments in. We have 4 different prize packs that we're going to be giving away. To start off, we have a $25 gift card to Omnia Fishing. We have a $25 gift card to Queen Tackle. And then we have a Humminbird and Minn Kota hat. And then wrapping it up with some Hobie eyewear shades who are coming out with some dope new styles. So that being said, that's also going to be giving away some of that new stuff. So guys, get your comments in. Let us know some of your bold predictions, some hot takes you have, who your AOY predictions are for the year. And each one of us, the 4 of us, are all going to pick one of our favorite comments or questions for the night. And y'all be getting some good prize packs sent your way. And that's going to be for every single show. Every single show for the rest of the year, we'll have those 4 different prize packs. So a lot of stuff, a lot of advantages to joining us here live. And plus then you get to make fun of us and our picks and listen to us bicker like kids. So there's a lot of advantages to joining us live on these. But we did a few live last year and it was a lot of fun. So every show is going to be live this year. We're going to roll with that. And I'm pretty pumped. And our good friend here, Mr. John King in the comments, who is already boasting Bart as if his head isn't big enough yet. He was awesome enough, and we'll have to hopefully on Saturday actually get to meet John down in Kentucky and pick up the trophy for Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing, which is freaking sick. And hopefully by that time we'll be able to show you guys on our next upcoming show what that trophy looks like that are on social media. But either way, he made a baller badass wooden trophy for us for the winner for this event. Winner of this event amongst the 4 of us, I should say. And then I think we've all agreed that the winner, again, will receive another bait of over $25 value. I think maybe what we should do is each month that the person doesn't send the winner adds another like $5-10 in bait price.
Including interest.
I could have a box full of like OSP cranks right now from Deacon.
Listen, I included interest, but it wasn't that much interest.
Yeah, I got mine to you before the natty.
Interest rates are low.
Yeah, you did. I know. I need to open it. So it's hard to open new tackle when there's literally so much ice. Like even when I make tackle orders in the winter, I just leave them boxed up until like March. And then I sit in my boat one day and just open them all. I'm like, this is the best day ever.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yes. Christmas all over.
Well, and then what happens is I have like 6 of the same thing.
Yeah,
so like I ordered like 25 packs of number 2 Nico hooks or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm set for like 8 years.
Nice.
That's hilarious. So yes, amongst the 4 of us, we'll have that group going again this year. And the winner will receive that trophy, the bait of over $25. And then we're going to add to the fun this year. And we're not going to expose exactly what it is just yet. But the loser basically has to do some embarrassing stuff on social media, which more incentive for to not have wacky strategies going into the fantasy fishing season. But I just want to reiterate to folks that we are giving stuff away tonight. So start firing out questions, predictions, hot takes. Let's hear them because we're going to start diving into some stuff here. I'm pretty excited for this year in terms of the schedule. I think, and I've heard from a lot of people, we can kind of walk through the schedule in terms of just dates and locations, but giant bags is basically all I'm going to say, at least for the first half of the season. But looking at the season, your guys' initial thoughts.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any eelgrass in St. John's again, because it seems like every year it gets worse and worse. But after that, it's going to be like bombs away unless we have like freak weather events that we've had the last like 3 years on the Elite Series. So we will see.
This is true. Weather, the factor, man.
Andy, have you noticed when you're deep in thought, your hat is always like crooked and off to the side?
Always. It never ends. It never ends.
It's Andy's thinking cap.
Yeah.
Deacon, what are your initial thoughts on the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series season?
Man, I'm excited. I think I'm probably, and I got to pull the schedule back again here. Like Andy said, I think there's going to be some absolute bags weighed during some of these events. So long as, kind of a hot take, I guess, just on the Elite Series in general, and not just Elite Series, all tournament organizations, right? We're seeing more and more quicker cancellations towards a day during an event or something. So that kind of like hurts a little bit from like the aspect of looking at a century mark tournament and those kinds of things. So, and I get it. It's for the safety of the anglers. I think it's reasonable to do. But with how much weather we're having and that kind of a thing, that is something that I'm like, oh man, sometimes I want to see him fish.
Dig it. Bart, what about you?
I'm really excited for. I mean, it's just going to be a slugfest all year, so that'll be fun. I'm honestly just really excited for, like, I don't want to wish the season away, but the last 2 events, just because, like, we don't get a lot of events up by me very often. So getting to have them close is always fun. So I'm excited for those. I'm definitely the most excited about Oahe.
No doubt, dude. Place is sweet. I'll be there late June, right before going out of the same place in a nation tournament. But dude, Oahe and the Mississippi River, they haven't been there in so long. So, well, not too long anyways.
The thing is that Mississippi River tournament's going to be awful.
Is it late August like that?
Well, that place has just gotten decimated by tournaments. Like, it's just bad now. If they went a few pools up or really up, it would be really good. It's just there's been way too many tournaments there. And the water, it hasn't flooded in like 2 years. So, like, stuff hasn't gotten flushed, you know.
Until this year, unfortunately, with all that snow and ice up there, it's probably going to flood, I would assume.
Hopefully, we don't really have that much, to be honest.
Interesting.
I mean, it's just like a typical year. Really, when it floods, it just melts fast.
Does it make things muddy, though? Doesn't that make things super muddy?
That river is, like, so clear right now, dude.
Wow.
I mean, because, like, I've been fishing the backwaters for, I mean, ice fishing stuff, whether it's Mississippi or Minnesota. And, like, I can see down, like, 3 or 4 feet in the Minnesota right now, and I don't remember ever being able to do that.
Right.
That thing's literally a mud chute. So that's just the way it is. So,
all right. So boys,
I'll play a lot more with how it is.
I like that. I like the sounds of more smallmouth. I'm going to kick things off here, guys. I know we're only 12 and a half minutes in, but I've already seen a hot take that I am really digging the vibe of from JP LeBlanc. I'm going to assume that's how that's pronounced. That 3 non-Americans will win the first 3 events of the season.
All right, let me ask this question. Which 3?
Are there only 3?
That's too hot of a take.
There's multiple. There's only, I think there's 4 that are simply just from Japan.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I forgot about Japan.
And then Australia.
That's my bad.
Just forgot about Japan. Okay. The Japanese anglers don't get love from Bart, apparently.
Guys, I've been thinking ice fishing 3 months. I remember I had to do this, and I got myself like 5 minutes of prep time of thinking about bass fishing.
This is kind of nice beating up on Bart for once, because I'm we're all going to take
I totally forgot Japan existed. That's like, no, I'm so sorry, Taku Kenta.
You must apologize to Taku immediately.
The Masayuki, my favorite name to say in the entire league series.
And I don't know who the other.
What's the third?
Takumi.
I said Taku.
You said Talk, yeah.
Oh, did you say Talk?
It's the one that starts with a Kenta. D. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, Daisuke.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sure. Those dudes are super interesting to me. But yeah, JP, shoot us an email or message over social. You want a Queen Tackle prize pack, because I'm all about the international anglers and watching these guys from Japan and wherever the hell, like watching the guy from Italy, I can't remember his name, win the Jacopo. Didn't he almost win on Champlain at the BPT right after it?
Yeah.
Too?
He actually had a really good event at Rayburn this past weekend too. Like, I believe he was in the top 30. Yeah.
He's got a really cool story, actually. But yeah, I'm all about the international anglers. So JP, shoot us a message. We'll get you that $25 Queen Tackle gift card sent your way. Dude, I'm all about the international anglers. I'm a huge Taku fan. I don't know much about Daisuke, but other than like some of the stuff he's done with Polinick in episodes before, I'm really excited to see, I think is Kenta Daisuke? Daisuke, I know he's a rookie. Is Masayuki a rookie too?
Masa is, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
Masa is the one. I remember him because he's the one who beat Douglas on Rayburn.
Yeah, with the depth strap, right?
Yeah. Like, everybody thought Josh had the event one because his bass track was like 5 pounds short.
I love bass track.
Yeah, it's funny when they were talking about that, like with Taku and a scale, how he didn't know what pounds was. So like he was just like basically using the scale to like see what fish was bigger than the other fish. Didn't know how much he had. He's like, "Oh, big one." And just like,
Yeah.
didn't realize how big of a bag he had.
That's really funny.
That stuff is
That's just
awesome.
my favorite, dude. Yeah.
Andy, here's a question from Chris Flay that you like to talk about Mr. Patrick Walters in the St. John's. Is that, do you think forward-facing sonar will play at the Florida event? Which
is Rodman open?
Yeah, if they can go to Rodman, it absolutely will.
Timber, right? Isn't there a bunch of timber?
Yeah.
He did it last year. He was up there throwing a jerkbait around timber, and we're like, oh gosh, he's gonna win 2 in a row. And then the 4th day, his fish like disappeared or whatever it was, the 3rd day of the event, and he couldn't get the big ones to fire on it. But
I think it'll play, but I don't think it'll win it.
no,
That's my thoughts.
I think it will
Always
play at
plays.
every event this year. Somebody gets on like a pre-spawn or a post-spawn bite while the spawning's going on, and then of course up north it's gonna play for sure. It's gonna be really interesting on Oahe how much it plays there.
Oh, it'll play there. Yeah, it will really play there.
well, isn't that how MDJ won it at Oahe? Was forward-facing?
Yeah,
That was in June, though.
Yeah,
Mm.
those are post-spawn fish.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to go back and see. I cannot find Ronnie. If Ronnie Moore ever listens to this, he needs to put up the footage from the final day on YouTube of the last Oahe event, because I was talking about this with a buddy the other day. But someone got on. I think it was Cliff Prince got on
It was Clifford Perch.
Oh, it was Clifford Perch. That's right. That's what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
day one he had like 12 pounds, and then he was catching.
He should have won
20
that event.
Yeah.
And he was fishing shallow. And like I want to go back and see that footage. But I can't find it anywhere because it wasn't really in any of the show. And that final day of live wasn't put onto YouTube for some reason.
So, what is going to be the biggest bass in Florida? I think it's going to come from sight fishing, and I'm going to go on a wild guess and say it's caught in the Harris because they're probably going to be full-blown spawn. It's going to be 12.5.
Oh, my.
I think I'm going to hold off, and I'm going to unveil my answer on Thursday night when we dive into the actual event.
No, I'm just going to throw it out there now. 12.5 is going to be the big fish.
12.5?
Yeah.
Good.
12.5. I'm feeling it because they're going to hit a spawn dead on the nails the next 2 weeks.
Isn't that like, wouldn't that be the biggest bass in Elite Series history? Is 12?
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head, but there's going to be a giant caught.
I bet it's got to be.
I think the bigger
12.
one's going to come out of Rodman of the St. John's.
It could.
From being down there last year, hearing those guys talk about how big a fish they saw in there. But a lot of people at Harris Chain for a long time. I mean, Rodman's kind of untapped.
It's fair.
That's what I think. And I saw someone commented and they thought that someone with 5+ years of experience would win on the St. John's. I actually think the exact opposite. I think if you're a rookie, I think you have a really good shot there because guys have been there so much and it keeps changing so much. Yeah.
The biggest thing, right, the guys always say about that place is it's like, yeah, you get to know it, but it's one doing something different each time or in a different part.
And it changes every year because it all depends on what's going on with the grass. So
I wonder what the odds are that Brian New is on live Bassmaster Live Thursday morning.
I'm going to go
pretty good.
100%. He will be.
Yeah, he's going to be.
It'll be. Oh, that's what we should do. Who do we think would be on Bassmaster Live? We'll save that for Thursday.
I was going to say this is the problem with this 2 times in a week. We're like already getting pumped for Thursday. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, for people that are tuning in, these Thursday shows that are going to be coming up for the rest of the season, we're going to dive into all of our picks from each group and each bucket for these events. We'll even have some sleeper picks that we'll call out from people that we're not choosing, but we think are good options to help you guys potentially maybe pick your teams a little bit better if you don't want to go, like if you're Bart that goes with the biggest percentage guy in each bucket, or you're like me that wants to go less than 3% every time.
I dusted all of you last year.
Yeah, you got nothing. But that we can't talk crap on Bart's strategy. Although I just hate that they all seem to be. He seems to be regionally biased, but it's works.
Pick consistency.
You're right.
Pick consistent,
dude. I can't sit here and say anything. It just frustrates me, and I'm gonna have to change it up.
You know what? I've accepted the loss, and it's a new season, so I'm just going to talk as much crap as I want until I lose again. So that's the ship we're gonna ride.
Team Bass Pack said, didn't Brian Schmidt win an Open in Florida? I believe he won a Toyota Series. I know he's won a pile of those.
I believe it was a Toyota Series
believe-
as well,
Like
but still an Open.
7 of those dang things. Yeah.
Matt Pengrak on BTL called out when they had Schmidt on a while ago. It was actually a really good episode. Said that I believe all of his wins except for one were on grass fisheries.
Yeah.
I think it was something to do with like all his top tens.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That
Like
could be it
he,
too.
Like
he just made a
literally,
career,
he
literally.
grass.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Kind of like me. Not nearly as good, but it's the
You're
same
fishing natural lakes. I think he's from like tidal rivers, so he
He's
understands.
from-
Like,
He's from Potomac. Yeah.
yeah. I
Different
think tidal river grass fisheries translate better to lakes than lakes do to tidal fisheries.
Yeah. You don't get beached randomly.
I don't know.
Throwing it out there, Bart.
You'll see some guys screaming down Oneida and hear their boat engine just automatically shut off, and you just look towards an island and you see smoke. Like, yep, he hit a shoal.
Yeah.
Bad day.
All right. So tonight's show for folks is not going to be like crazy long by any means. We expect the fantasy fishing shows to be about an hour and a half on those nights. But tonight we're just here to preview things, give away some prizes, and give some early season predictions. And with that being said, let's go around the horn if you guys are ready, and let's throw out some AOI predictions. And make sure you guys in the comments right now throw out some of your AOI predictions. And they might be so bold that these fellows pick you guys to win a prize. So I guess, he wasn't prepared for tonight. So we'll throw him first. Mr. Adam Bartuzik, who is your AOI prediction?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at the roster. Who's fishing this year?
Just about everybody from last year, minus like 15.
There's like 13.
No, looking at the schedule, I don't have a person. I honestly needed to prepare better. But
we can talk about the 13 new anglers if you'd like. We can talk about who's new to the
No, wait. I'm going with hot takes here. So first, we got to answer that, Bailey. I think we got to answer your question first, and then I think we go into new anglers.
I don't have an AOI pick other than I think it will be another northern angler.
Oh. Okay.
Could be a Canadian, could be whatever. I think the schedule lines up really well for northern anglers. Other than there's a couple events, but it's kind of like with Fighter last year, it just lined up well. But I don't think it'll be Seth again. I don't think it lines up right for him.
Okay.
I think it's going to be whoever can sight fish the best through the first 5 derbies and string along top 10s.
Well, I said this at BTL when Matt was asking me if I thought Fighter could do it again, and I said I would pick Felix before Fighter.
Yeah, just on the sight fishing aspect.
Yeah, he's such a good sight fisherman. I still don't know if I'd pick him to be my AOI guy, but and Sandy Cooper, completely different time of year. He did well there. Hartwell, Harris, Chick, Fork. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I was swinging towards the Taku train for AOI, but after looking at the schedule for a while today, and Team Bass Pack, actually, him and I must be in agreement here. This schedule sets up perfect for Greg Hackney if he can last Oahe. Sight fishing, shallow grind, not really grinders, but like spawn and then wrapping it up on a frogging event in Mississippi. I think it sets up. Dude, he was 5th in the points last year, and it wasn't really set up to his style of fishing. I mean, they were grinders.
You know who the schedule sets up really, really well for that barely made the Classic?
Who's that?
Did not have a great first year on the elites by
Scott
his
Martin.
standards. Yeah, Scott Martin. Lines up really well for Scott Martin.
That could be intriguing.
Yeah, especially Harris.
True. Florida boy. Although we said Florida boy last year, and I don't think he made day 3 at St. John's.
Well, St. John's.
No, he has very little experience at the St. John's.
I bet she has a lot more now. He probably spent a lot of time there knowing they were going.
Yeah.
You'd think. You would think. So, yeah, I'm going to go Greg Hackney. I'm going to go with the legend.
I like that pick.
Andy, did you throw out a pick?
I did not, but I'm going Great White North, Corey Johnston.
Corey. Okay.
Corey. Okay.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
He's had some struggles, but he's a hell of a sight fisherman. They grew up fishing Lake Scugog, which is very similar to like Florida lakes. It's very shallow, lots of reeds, lots of grass. They know how to catch giant fish. They've almost won FLW events in Florida, so they're going to survive it. And then when you get up north to smallmouth, they're going to figure them out wherever they are. So even on the Mississippi, they'll figure out how to catch smallmouth there. They'll be right at home.
I dig it. I like that pick a lot, actually.
Well,
He's due. Like he
he's
won an
finished
open.
like top 5 the last 3 years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Close.
Corey finished 5th last year.
He's more consistent than Chris, but Chris can tend to take the top off of a tournament.
I wouldn't say that. Chris was second in AOY last year.
Yeah, but the year before, I believe Corey was beating him until the St. Lawrence when he blew up a motor, then ripped off a trolling motor on his buddy's boat, and still had a chance to win at the end. So that's a good pick too. Brock Mosley's come on hot the last couple, like last year, big time.
That is very true. There's a lot of good options here. I like them. I like these picks. Keep these coming. Deacon, who do you got?
Man, I have got a couple of different thoughts here. Number one, I think everyone pushes towards north stuff, but we have to remember we don't have two traditional northern tournaments. Granted, Oahu's still smallmouth, and then you got the river. And don't get me wrong, the northern guys are good everywhere. But I was originally leaning towards Jason Christie, just because he's good on rivers, and that the last part of the schedule kind of made me think that way. So I think Jason Christie wouldn't be a bad pick. I don't think Patrick Walters would be a bad pick either. Going back to fork, and gosh, he's just so versatile. I guess as far as locking things down, I'm kind of lost too here. But the other one that I'm going to say a dark horse for AOY, and we haven't talked about rookie of the year or anything, so this is excluding rookies, at least in my pick here. But a dark horse, I'm going to go Luke Palmer. Seemed to get to the point where he's always been so consistent. He just always cashes checks, has been always just that guy, like a Bill Lowen type thing. But then he started cracking some top 10s last year. He finished 20th AOY last year, and I think he's going to bump another 10 places or better this upcoming season.
You want my dark horse, or do you want to go first, Bart?
Well, I was going to say, I guess for my hot take, I don't know who my AOI favorite would be, but when have we ever had a rookie win AOI?
I don't believe so. They've come close.
Now they've been top 5, but I don't think
so. I guess my hot take would be, I think this could be a year you could see a rookie do it, because this year's rookie class is stacked. That is
a good hot take.
Like really stacked.
Everybody's forgetting about a really good sight fisherman, and I did as well, who came back to the elites this year. Jacob Porosnik.
Oh gosh, yeah, wow. That is that's an easy top 10 AOI in my opinion.
Yeah. That's my dark horse pick, because he is one hell of a sight fisherman, and every lake he could go to and flip, which he is great at doing, and he could make a run at it. Like, welcome back party, here we go.
I can definitely see that, because like being the sight fisherman he is, this schedule, at least the first like half, sets up perfect in his wheelhouse. And then for anyone that might question his, some deeper maybe finesse tournaments, he literally won the Open on Lewis Smith.
Yeah,
with a spinning rod.
Well, it's not even.
You can fish.
He was live scoping in like 70 feet.
And he's a catcher, right? Like he's always come out and said, like, I'm not looking for 5 big ones. I'm looking to catch as many as I can. And look at the tail end of the schedule. You're talking Mississippi River, especially if you get on smallmouth.
I believe he won at the Mississippi already.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a fish catching situation. Anyone who does well in a river tournament, it seems like they are just catching a ton of fish, right? And then having those qualities show up. And then you look at Oahu, and it's smallmouth, and he's going to go out and catch as many of them as he can. And that's what you saw them do the last time they were there. And then you run into 3 and then a 5-pounder. So I think that's not even a dark horse. I think that's just we should have been paying more attention to the schedule.
Who's in now? Chris Flay has a good one here. Oh, Maddie Wong. That's a great sentimental pick.
I like it.
But Chris Flay here, what is going to be the hot bait on the Elite Series this year? Jig Chatterbait ? I really like that question because, one, it's going to be mostly a spawn fest, like the first 5/8 of the tournament. So it's hard to say if they're going to catch them really good on a moving bait, but it's going to be like something big and white, and they're going to flip it into beds. It's going to be the first half of the year, and then the second half of the year is going to be a flatworm.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that. Just in the sense of, so like, when was the last time we've seen one tournament won just off of bed fishing?
That's true.
That's why Sanko. There you go. Backlash Pro.
Love it.
That's mine.
Hot take.
Dude, no,
Charlie Hartley for the win.
Well, dude, Porosnik. John Cox. Let's talk about guys who throw a Senko around, spawning fish, but also when you get into that funk, that pre-spawn, and I agree, not every tournament's going to be a spawning deal. But when you're right in that phase of fish cruising and up shallow, there's nothing better. In my opinion, I think that's where
I agree.
I think a chatterbait will be pretty tough to beat too.
Yeah, especially in Florida if they find pre-spawners.
Old school rubber jig.
Oh no!
Don't sleep on a mop jig, all right?
Hey, Jordan Lee.
Living rubber.
Yeah. Now that's a tough one, man. I mean, I think every year, regardless of if there's certain baits, like I feel like the past 2 seasons were like the year of the jerk bait, where with forward-facing sonar, that's all people were talking about was throwing a jerk bait. But I think when people actually look at the facts and look at the numbers, I think I can't say I know the numbers, but I would be willing to bet that a Senko or a stick bait would be bait for most successful each season. I mean, especially this year. I mean, you look at each one of them. You look at St. John's, the Harris Chain, Santee Cooper, Chickamauga, Fork. That's over half the season, and that's all going to be sight fishing, shallow, Senko, bed fishing. There might be some Texas rig action, but every guy's going to have a wacky rig or a Texas rig with a Senko.
But looking at Harris, so this is kind of what I was talking about. Even looking at Harris Chain, when's the last open you remember one on bets?
Right.
Tuma won it last year on a chatterbait offshore. St. John's River.
Chatterbait or a trap.
Knew was on shell bars and then started flipping lily pads. I just the only event I can in my memory really remember a lot of bed fishing was Fork last year, and Felix made it the furthest, and I think he finished 10th.
Florida,
I think he ran out of fish.
So
Florida.
Yeah, he made it to day 4 on the same 5 fish. Oh man, there's some good comments rolling in here. But Bart, did you before we try to determine our rookies of the year, do you have an AOY, a final AOY pick for the year?
I don't have one. I'll give it after the first event when I actually see who's
on. Oh, that's cheap.
No, you got to do it now. You got to throw it out there.
I'm in charge. I called the AOY, and I won the.
Oh, you're in charge now.
And I won.
I'm pretty sure this is our show, Bart.
Last year.
He thinks he's in charge now, huh?
He ain't got no remove button.
Okay, touche. But I did get the Triple Crown last year.
You did.
I called the first event winner. I called the AOY winner. And I won the fantasy league.
This is
true.
And
it was all literally I said it all right after the St. John's event. I said new before, but
just real quick, I'm going to throw this out there. Chris Flay has been throwing in a ton of great questions, but I really like the dialogue that came from the bait one. So he's going to win himself a pair of Hobie sunglasses. So so Chris, send us over your information on Instagram or Facebook at the Serious Angler page, and we'll get those out to you, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Get you some
nice.
All right. Bart, we're gonna force an answer out of you tonight, one way or another.
I need to look at everybody. I need to
All
find
right, go look. We'll start getting into the rookie of the year, and you're gonna have an answer because we're making it happen tonight. We're forcing everyone on the same page. Because then you're gonna change when your guy that you picked gets like 75th at the St. John's. All right, let's start diving into.
I had myself muted because I've been coughing so much.
Oh, you're good. Bart's getting over the vid. I think actually, Deacon, before we get into the 13 new elite anglers.
Yeah.
Before we get into the rookie of the year, let's walk through the new 13 elite anglers. Just to walk through with everybody who's exactly new in case they haven't seen that from Bass. I have the article up here.
Yeah.
But let's walk through some of these guys that I think one are guys that are brand new that maybe some people have never heard before. And then obviously there's some legends that are coming back. And then also people who've been in the industry for a long time that finally got their opportunity.
I have my AOY.
Okay. The pick is in.
Ike.
Okay. That's bold. Bold pick. That might be the hot take of the night. That Ike wins AOY. His year coming back.
My only issue with that pick, Bart, and I'm going to challenge you on it, is the fact he has his hands in so many things. Do you think he can stay not so much committed, but in tune to the season? Like, do you think he can mentally stay sharp through the entire year?
Dude, I think he's sorry, I got to make sure I don't cough. I think he's one of those guys that the busier he is, the better he is. Like he needs to be busy. Yeah, I think it's a good schedule for him. He got some new bodies of water, some old ones. He has history on Oahe and lacrosse. Remember, and a lot of this field has zero experience on Oahe and barely's been to lacrosse.
But so does Jay Powell.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I picked Ike.
It's going to be very interesting.
I mean, here's why I guess I agree with that pick is, and it's always who he is, right? He's just so freaking intense. But you kind of see some older guys who were just absolute legends. It almost seems like from a competitive level, they're still very competitive people, but they kind of lose a little bit of that.
Like the
edge. Yeah, exactly. That extra effort. And dude, that guy doesn't have that in his.
And I think he's almost got more of it now because it almost seems like, I mean, from what I've seen and like him being with the opens and stuff last year, I think he's coming back with a fire. I don't know if he had that same, like I have no clue, but I don't know if he had that same desire or motivation or, I don't know if the juices were really flowing when he was over at the BBT. Yeah. And for him to go fish the opens, qualify, and then be so psyched to be back that he comes, like, I think he got like a raging bull coming into a China shop right now.
That's a gut.
And it's a good thing for him. Like, I think he might have been getting burnt out towards the end of it, right? And then he left and he got it all back. And I think that's kind of scary for people. And he's got a lot of experience on a lot of these bodies of water.
That's St. John's River, first 5 minutes alive. Ike catches a 5-pounder and screams, and Palaka can hear him from 70 miles away.
The camera explodes.
Live stream just ends.
And we'll all be like, it's nice he's back, but like I didn't miss it that much.
Like, on the second, yeah. Like when you're at 9,
the 2-pound giant,
like, it's over. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here, I like Rich's question.
You can't put it up.
We'll bypass it.
No, I can't, but it's really good. I'll read it.
I'll start that off by saying I'm going to not be stubborn and pick people that have over 3% ownership and not be a stubborn, dumb decision maker this year.
I think that's just a bailout excuse too, though. I think he thought he was being really smart the whole year. And he's just like, well, I can use this as an excuse.
It was a clutch. A clutch. Bailey, like, it was like in the beginning, he was like, well, I'm going to go against the grain and choose so-and-so. And then, like, we're like 8 tournaments in, and he's like, you know what? And to stay with my strategy, that's not working. It's like, why did you change, Bailey?
It was a happy mix of I thought I was being smart to I was like, well, I keep losing, so I'm just gonna ride this out and use it as an excuse.
Yeah. I'm all for that. I would have done the exact same thing. I'm just calling out that it is actually what's happening. Not like, oh, I tried to do this for the better of the podcast. That's your crutch.
Love it. So here's my philosophy. I'm gonna let Bart go ahead of me every time, and if I like his pick, I'm just gonna join him.
There was a lot of last year, like, he took him, I'll take someone else. And I was like,
Exactly.
We're gonna make this a true competition. Bart picks first, and we all follow. That's what the winner does, bud.
That's fine.
Oh, that's good.
Oh gosh.
Man.
Deacon.
And all Deacon has to do to try to not get smoked is actually send the bait.
You know what? The bait is in the mail.
Otherwise, Karma is going to be doing really bad.
He's already got Karma. He made it in 2022. So
what's going to happen is in advance, what I need to do is purchase the bait that I'm supposedly going to be sending to Bart. And then that will be enough just to have it sitting there as motivation that I can't send this to Bart right after we win, so that I've got to actually win this thing.
Yeah,
Deacon, you should probably just start ordering that bait for whomever.
Start now.
Yeah, start now.
What will actually happen is Deacon will buy a bait that he wants to give, and he'll actually find a situation to use it, and then lose it, and then he'll be 2023 before he actually sends out the baits next year.
Have you guys seen how hard it is to get tackle right now?
Oh, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I haven't even looked for best tackle.
Bart hasn't opened boxes from 2021.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go back to where Bart's head's at.
I'm still selling a boat right now. Like, we got a lot of other problems.
We got a ways.
But Bailey, I saw this commented, and I know you wanted to go into Rookie of the Year stuff. So This is because I remember us talking about it, and I never saw anything about it. Is Douglas a rookie or not?
I thought
because I remember you doing the rough math, and he was like right there.
I think he was like right over.
What's the rule on rookie? Is it a earnings number?
It is earnings. Yeah.
Is it $1 million or is it half a million?
Like 150 or something like that?
It's like 150K or 100K. It's one of those two. It might be 250.
It's Bass and FLW earnings too. I'm trying to.
He's been around a long time. I mean,
he has. Yeah, I think it'd be a stretch if.
Yeah, I don't think so. But Cody Huff would still be in, right? I mean, well, Toyota Series. I mean, he won 2 of those.
No, they don't count college.
Okay, no, I'm talking Toyota Series 70.
He won on Rayburn.
That much in Toyota Series?
He won a whole event on Rayburn.
He won Rayburn, and then he won. Oh, I guess he won the college and Rayburn, and then he won another Toyota Series on Bull Shoals or one of those lakes. I thought.
Let's look it up. Cody Huff.
I texted Ronnie. I don't know if he'll get back to me or not, but I'll let you know if he does.
Let's see.
124,000.
Oh, he's right there. I mean, what is it for Bass?
What is his earnings for Bass? I bet it's not all that much because it opens, but.
You talking about Huff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be interesting if he's not eligible because of whatever his Bass earnings might be, depending on the opens. Because I want to say he was in contention with Porosnik for Lewis Smith.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was leading like after day 2. Or at least day 1. What day 1, day 2?
I thought Porosnik like basically had that whole event going.
Let's see.
Well, he won, and this was the year he had like that crazy year. In 2020, he won a Toyota Series. He won $32,000 in the Plains division, fishing one event. So he won that one, and then he won $35,000.
I could be wrong because some of this might be college statistics, but he's got $50,000 in Bass.
That's not college statistics. There's no money in college tournaments.
Yeah, there's no.
They don't post it. Yeah.
Duh. Whoops. Yeah. So I think I don't think he's a rookie, dude. That's 175 grand right there.
I thought it was
isn't a
500.
hard number. Yeah, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like a quarter.
I thought it was like 500. I don't know.
It's gotta be at least.
Is there an online rule? Because I thought it was 150.
Okay. Well, hey Bailey, can I give away that hat? I found someone I want to give it to.
Rip it. Let her
Okay,
rip.
so Brennan Chapman, because he said Christy for the classic, which I'm kind of about, but he said Felix for AOI and Shakira for Rookie of the Year, and I love that. Those are my Northern boys. So yeah, I'm all in on that. I like this guy.
Word. Brennan, get in touch with us, and you won yourself a Hummingbird and Makota hat. So get in touch, get us your information. We'll get that shipped out to you.
Don't worry. Just keep talking about how much you like the Northern guys, and as I keep leading the whole thing, I'll just keep giving away swag to the people who like the Northern.
Yeah. Bart's got his strategy.
Yeah.
If you
Minnesota,
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin, Minnesota, every tournament with a few Canadians.
If for real though, I mean, I love
Canada, just a touch.
Just a touch. Well, because I'll be in Group A.
Is really good. But if Jay actually won Rookie of the Year, that would be unbelievable.
There's some hammer rookies, guys. Absolute hammer rookies.
I mean, Jay is a monster, but
I can't wait for 8 days. It's going to be fun.
It does lay out pretty. It's not a terrible schedule to be like a rookie who, I mean, he's got a decent amount of experience, but.
So I don't know where I was getting, and apologies for my brain that's all over the damn place. So if their earnings are greater than 500,000,
it is.
That's what I thought it was.
So Douglas is a rookie.
Yeah, Douglas is like right there. I think he's at like 490.
Yeah. So
wow, that changes.
Cody Huff is in the clear by a long shot, which is perfect because to start things off, that was who was going to be my Rookie of the Year pick.
Douglas
Huff.
Oh, okay. I'll take Douglas.
Of
course you do.
If you don't live in Minnesota or Wisconsin, he's not going to pick you.
I'll just keep riding with it. But I know I will take Josh, though. It's a great schedule for Josh.
Okay. I like that. Deacon, what do you think?
Dude, I need to pull up the list again.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, and I got it verified by Ronnie. Ronnie said he's a rookie.
All right, here. Before you guys make your picks.
That is huge.
Before you guys make your picks, let's run through the who's new on the Elite Series this year, and then you can kind of get a feel who might be in the lineup for the Rookie of the Year. So going down in alphabetical order here, we have Daisuke Aoki, I believe that's how you pronounce his full name. One of the new Japanese rookies to the Elite Series who was doing pretty damn good and obviously qualified through the Opens, but has been consistent through the Opens in the past couple of years. You have Mr. Josh Douglas. You have Jacob Fouts, who fished the college series, is now a full-time Chickamauga guide who we've had on the show.
He would be a very good pick.
Yep.
Okay, so Ronnie told me, so this is good for what you're going through with rookies. Williams, Porosnik, and Ike are the only ones who don't qualify.
I was going to ask about Williams. That was going to be my dark
so he doesn't.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Well, he is a requalify, though. I will say that.
Yes.
Yep. And then we have Cody Huff. We have going down the list of people who are new. Obviously, Ike is new to the trail this year, but does not qualify. You have Jonathan Kelly, who won the Northern Opens from Pennsylvania. You have Masayuki Matsushita, another rookie Japanese angler. Easily my favorite name to say in planet Earth. We have Ms. Porosnik, who does not count, but is back on the Elites this year. We have Jay Shakurit. Did I pronounce that right, Bart?
Shakurit
from Wisconsin. Qualified through the Opens. And then Deacon's buddy, Mr. Alex Redwine, who qualified through the Northern Opens from Ohio. And then we have Joseph Webster, who I just spent a week with down in Florida. And look out for that dude. He's pretty easy. He's a stick. I'll just leave it at that. That dude is very, very good. He's from Alabama, qualified through the rookies, or qualified through the Opens, through the rookies.
He made it to the rookie series.
We have David Williams, who is not a rookie, but it requalified for the Elite Series. And then we have, last but not least, a fellow who we just had on the show recently, and I am an instant fan from Hawaii, Mr. Maddie Wong, who seems to be a fan favorite already. With that being said, what are your guys' picks here?
I already said mine. I'm taking Josh Douglas.
Andy?
He's stressing over this.
He literally just said what his strategy for the year was. I don't know why he's thinking so hard.
So, like, rookie of the year is tough because we don't know who a lot of them are besides Josh Douglas. And I said I'm going to follow Bart, but I don't want to follow Bart. So I'm going to take a wild card here. I'm going to go Joe
until it's
Webster.
the real game.
This is what got you second last year.
And I'm fine with second. Like, that's fine. Like,
saves him from doing anything
first place loser.
Exactly. Like, I'm in this not to do something embarrassing. Okay, like
that's a horrible mentality.
So he's not a good way to live your life
this year. I'm fishing for a check.
My goal.
That's what he just said. My goal is to catch 5 fish.
Andy, you sounded like the guy fishing the opens that says, "I'm just going for a check."
Yeah, not me. But no, yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Webster just because Bailey spent a week with him. I know he's a pretty good fisherman from talking with Bailey. I don't know anything about really any of these besides Jacob Fouts and Josh Douglas, and I mean, I didn't follow the opens close enough last year to know who really anybody is. So that's where I'm going. I'm just going to pick a random name out of a hat. I'm going Joe Webster.
I like it.
I like it. Like Rich said, though, Cody Huff's a really good pick, too. Huff's an absolute hammer.
I mean, he's already been keeping up with at least from an open standpoint and, like Toyotas. He's been already beating a lot of these.
Warehouse Pro Circuit.
Yeah. He's already been kicking butt.
Yeah.
I like those picks. I like those picks a lot.
Bailey, did you pick yet?
Yeah, Cody Huff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's who I picked.
I'm going to go just to be different and because we don't have anything writing on this in a hot take, I'm going to go Masayuki. He has really had a somewhat consistent anyway in the opens in 2020 and 2021. He's been around a while, and that's my pick.
I dig it. Masayuki.
Got a good couple of top 10s in the opens.
I've heard he's quite the character, too.
And he won on Rayburn, so that's cool, too.
That is pretty cool. I'd like to get him on the show. Andy, your pick, Mr. Joseph Webster, will be coming on the show here soon.
Awesome.
So we'll get to dive into more of who Joe is as an angler and learn more about him. Because, he's been wreaking havoc over on the pro circuit, as Rich has mentioned down there below as well. He's been kind of, I wouldn't say flying under the radar, but I guess really just hasn't come to a lot of attention, which I think that could change this year. But beyond that, I think, is there anything else that we need to cover here tonight? I know, Deacon, you got to give away your prize. But beyond that, we really have covered a lot what we wanted to get through with this show. I think for folks that are still tuning in right now, make sure you guys join our group on Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing, because the winner of that group is going to go home with $250 gift card to Omnia. So if you want $250 of free tackle from the good boys over there at Omnia Fishing, make sure you guys check that group. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to join that fantasy fishing group. And make sure you guys keep tuning in to these shows so you guys can win more free gear, because we're giving out a bunch of stuff every single show.
Mm-hmm.
See, of the 9 tournaments, how many will fish all 4 days? I don't think I understand that question.
Well, weather delays and all that crap. How many of them are going to be full?
Oh, okay. Being that last year was a shit show.
How many was there last year out of the 9?
I know it was Pickwick.
There
was St. John's one of them?
Yeah, St. John's was one of them because they got a crazy north wind and stacked the current.
Or was that 2 years ago when they had?
No, St. John's wasn't one of them. I was there.
Was that 2 years ago that was St. John's?
I think it might have been 2 years ago.
Yes, no, it was 2 years ago because it was 2020, and our buddy Destin was a rookie, and he was in the show for that event when they canceled like 2 days in a row or something like that. Let's see what else we got. Oh man, Chris is asking us to ask who's going to be eliminated from the Elite Series this year.
Oh man,
I don't know if I can give a pick. I don't know if I get a pick for that. That's pretty damn hard. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah, with like all the averaging
early
way they do it and stuff too, like it's just way too hard to figure that out.
That's a good point over the years because
Right. Let's see. Let's go around the horn here. With some bold predictions, some like complete left fielders that we might have for the season. And to kind of get that theme started, I'll kick it off here. And I'll say this will be the year that Gerald Swindle actually wins a tournament. Because he was damn near close on Neely Henry. If West didn't have a big
damn near close a lot of times.
He has been.
Yeah.
This is very true, but it's gonna happen this year.
So mine is I hope he does better sooner because he's a buddy with Jay Securett. But with that in mind, like hopefully he has a good year leading up to it, but Oahe will be Jay Securett's coming out party.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he'll win it, but he's gonna give it a run.
You will see a lot of him on day 4 of live, is what you're saying.
At Oahe.
Okay.
Maybe the Mississippi River too. I don't think he has that much experience there though. But Oahe for sure.
Chris, we appreciate
I was
your
gonna say,
support.
Chris, thank you.
This motion. For folks that might be new for this fantasy fishing stuff that have not been to our podcast before, we used to be on Monday nights. We are now on all Tuesday night lives moving forward. For angler interviews, topics that we're talking about with fishing, whole 9 yards. Make sure you guys join us on that. I'll keep the trend going here on another bold prediction that Jacob Fouts will win Lake Chickamauga.
Buddy Gross is going to give him a hard run there, I think.
John Cox.
And John Cox.
Spawning derby. You ever see Cox lose on Chickamauga in a spawning derby?
It always seems to be John Cox and then Buddy Gross, 1, 2, and John Cox.
I like Fouts. He's got a good shot, but dude, John Cox.
John.
Like everyone wants to pick Cox in certain events. Like this is the event you pick him. Like
and probably Harris Chain too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're already unveiling some of our picks for this season.
No, we're just talking.
There's probably going to be too much pick on them, you know.
Yeah.
You got to pick those nice 20 to 30%ers.
The nice 3%ers.
All right. Can I do my giveaway?
Do it.
Sure.
All right. Did we wait? First of all, did we give anything to Team Bass Pack?
I want to say we did.
Oh, well then I can't do that. Never mind. I like your pick with Luke Palmer winning a tournament this year. I'm a big Luke Palmer fan, and I got to watch myself on fantasy.
We got Chris.
I like this Felipe Moore fishing question.
Dude, he's up the road.
We haven't.
Felipe,
we have not given him a prize yet, Deegan.
Okay.
But note to self, I should start keeping track of who wins this stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, Bailey. You're gonna have to rewatch
I
it.
think his last name was Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman. I got Flay.
Where's he at?
I was gonna choose Flay, but Flay's he's been
Brennan Chapman. There he is.
Comments.
I have JP LeBlanc.
Okay, but Felipe Moore Fishing asked, random question, but what body of water do y'all think will produce the biggest winning weights?
Sandy Cooper.
Where will the biggest smallmouth bag come from?
Hawaii.
Over the St. Lawrence?
No, I disagree with that.
I think it'll be Hawaii.
Wait, when do they go to the St. Lawrence?
That's the only thing. St. Lawrence, there might still be bedfish.
Early July.
That's the reason. Because we're talking post spawn on Oahe. And
Early July is so funky. It depends on how warm it gets and how quick. They could be spawning in early July, but they could be in that post-spawn funk where you saw a shock Grisby catch like 24 pounds one day and then not catch a fish the next day.
But you're also talking about you're talking about the Johnston brothers and the Eastern
Lake
Ontario.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ontario.
25 pounds a day, every single day.
Yeah, Ontario. I honestly forgot the St. Lawrence.
Especially if Canada,
because they're going out of they're not going out of Waddington this year, right?
Clayton, I believe. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, on Oahe, they are going out of Mobridge, farther north on Oahe, which traditionally has better fishing and bigger fish. And that's, I understand, state record and all that kind of stuff, or these big smallmouth, but just for consistency, I don't think you can even touch the St. Lawrence in Ontario.
So then I'll say my bold one then for the Smalley derbies this year. We haven't broke 100 pounds. I think we'll do it twice this year.
Twice?
Yeah.
I disagree, but
St. Lawrence and Oahe.
At Oahe?
Yeah, not in July.
They're not going in July, so that's good.
What, at the end of June?
Oahe is in August, end of August. Going to be big bags.
Yeah, that's almost like fall bite up there.
They get better in September. I know they catch them there in September, October, pretty good. But I don't know about August.
I talked to some people. It's going to be big.
All right, here's your hot take from Bart. If he's wrong and he owes us all a
hot
$25
take.
bait.
How many times, Bart, were you like, all right, well, hold up. I think it's going to take 107 pounds on such and such.
No, I don't think it'll take that.
But you think there's going to be a 200-pound bag of smallmouth?
Yeah. I mean, Chris and Corey Johnston will catch them at the St. Lawrence. One of them will get over 100. Then the other will be whoever wins Oahe.
My issue with the St. Lawrence,
both of them will come at the St. Lawrence, and it'll both be the Johnstons. And technically, I will get 2 bags over.
Oh, come on.
Hot take: there will never be a 100-pound bag caught on Ontario because you never get consistent weather 4 days in a row, no matter what time of year you go.
Homeboy, did you see Chris Johnston out there in 6-footers? He's going to go there.
Doesn't matter.
Well, then you catch 27 the first 3 days, and then you catch 19 the last. It's math.
Hey, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm with
it.
Hasn't
happened yet.
And there's been
they
a lot
also haven't gone out of Clayton
with
Ontario Open on the Canadian side.
Let's look at
I'm not even from New York, and I know this.
Yeah, Andy, you got to remember Canada's going to be open this year.
Yeah, well, who knows? I don't think it's open right now because they shut everything back down again. So who knows with what Canada is doing?
Yeah, I would like to have an asterisk on my statement that says Canada is open. Otherwise,
right now, Canada is not open. They just reopened to 50% capacity today. So,
but did they close off the waters?
I don't know because it's been frozen. So,
well, you can still get across like Lake of the Woods and everything now. It was because we were having the same issues you were with Rainy and everything.
Well, that's not Ontario over there, right? That's what Alberta. It's not Alberta. Yeah, it's got to be Alberta, right? Because it's Winnipeg is just north there. Winnipeg's in Alberta.
Oof, I am not being a good Minnesotan right now.
It's got to be Alberta because Alberta has different rules than the province of Ontario, Manitoba. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Manitoba's just north of North Dakota.
Because Winnipeg is in. Where's Winnipeg? That's Alberta, isn't it?
Oh, you son of a gun! It doesn't.
Rich says Manitoba.
Huh. Okay,
I'll trust.
Oh, it's Ontario.
Backlash Pro. They are going out further north on out of Mobridge, which is better, but I still don't think he can manage.
So
yeah,
Deacon,
it's Ontario.
Deacon, did you give away your Omni?
Yeah, so I went to Team Bass Pack because we hadn't given something away, right? So he's had some great comments tonight, but I liked his bold take on Luke Palmer taking a W. So Team Bass Pack, shoot us a message on Instagram, Serious Angler, and we will get you hooked up with a $25 Omnia gift card.
Heck yeah. There's an interesting question here. Before we wrap up and close tonight out, with the Open going on this weekend, what do you guys think is going to take weight-wise at Kissimmee Chain?
It's going to get warm. It's going to be 68 pounds, 3 ounces.
68 for 3 days?
68, yeah. Because Harris Chain, like the first spawn event, you'll get a really big bag or 2 big bags and like 16, 17 pounds. I'm going to go 68.
And you guys got any other picks?
I'd probably go around there too. The one thing with opens is it generally always takes less than you think it will.
A lot of boats, man.
Just because of pressure, especially on Kissimmee and Toho, they fish really small. And with a full field, plus you're gonna have like probably 3/4 of the Elite Series fishing. Yeah, 68, 65.
I like it.
I'm gonna go 64-8.
I'm gonna go. Matt Pangrak qualifies for the Bassmaster Classic Kissimmee chain.
Fishing grass?
We're all about hot takes, right?
And that's not even a hot take. That's just stupid. He would even agree with that.
Hopefully, Panker's not listening.
Hope he is.
No, he would agree with that. He'd be like, I want my 12 to 14 pounds and I'll be happy.
I'm going to clip
give me
that.
a check.
That is going straight to social.
That's fine. He would literally be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
Yeah. Him and I are fishing a derby together this year. Did you guys know that?
We did know that. Well, I knew that. I was on the phone with him about his swim jig episode the other day with because there's a dude in Oklahoma that's catching him on a swim jig without a trailer. I thought that was super interesting. But
different strokes for different folks.
That's right. All right. I think that basically covers everything we wanted to dive into in the preview. If you guys have anything else you want to cover or topic-wise you want to talk about tonight, feel free to stop me. But for the folks that won prizes tonight, if you haven't already, get in touch with us and we'll get all that sent out to you guys. And just remember, for the rest of the season going forward, every Thursday night, a week before day one, Thursday evenings, we'll be going live for our fantasy fishing shows. So we hope to see you guys there. Come join us, give more hot takes, predictions, what you guys think for each event, win some prizes, and obviously have a good time. But for folks that did join us tonight and for folks that are listening to this episode the rest of the week on MP3, we appreciate all of you guys for listening to the whole thing. But if you guys are good, we'll wrap this thing up right here.
That's good.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Bart, I hope you start feeling better soon and the vid doesn't take you down. I hope you.
Oh, yeah. I feel fine. I just have the dry cough.
He just loses his lung every time he coughs.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we're gonna wrap it up right here. We'll see everybody on Thursday night.